Vasim Konda Chad. Mr. Simkonda, how are you?
I'm fine,
Ah,
and how are you?
long time, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine, long time, yes.
Why busy with family and life, eh?
Yes. I was busy.
Ah, okay, that's good. It's good to be busy.
Yeah, and how's the family outside?
The family is wonderful, fantastic. Actually, I was just coming from because here the way it is we this time of the month, Halloween is celebrated, and when they celebrate Halloween, they put a lot of pumpkins and stuff. So went to a certain farm, where they grow a lot of
Okay.
pumpkins. Yeah. So we went there, and the boy had so much fun. He was watching the animals and all that stuff. I'm like, this is abasungu baleta ng'ombe njere. Mwisho ing'ombe imuna yena.
I'll bring one.
So that's how it is. Welcome, Mr. Oscar.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you, sir?
Kind of grounded with flu, but I'm okay.
Oh, well, that's
Uh-huh.
that's uh, that's
Uh-huh.
what it is. A change of the weather.
Aweka ili win fake farmer na ile kumushi kuma farm na let me also be a member only to come back sick.
Yeah. Wali Mr. Chimbuya.
I don't know. It was a little bit cold. Went to the farm. I think I wasn't
Mm,
probably dressed warm. I don't know.
mm. Oh,
Mm,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. When was this? You're back now?
Yesterday, yeah. I was okay yesterday, but I'm from just stuffed and congested and things like that. It was raining also. The weather wasn't just good anyway.
Oh, okay.
And that
Okay.
was everyone.
Everybody's good. We got Vasum Konde.
I can
You
see.
know, yeah, he's available, and yeah, and you and me. I think
Uh,
we can start the show, and
okay.
everybody else will obviously jump in and join in
Okay.
and stuff like that. So, uh, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Red Tag Media Podcast. This is a podcast where we unite ideas and unite, progressive solutions, ideas, for the Zambian citizenry and what's going on in the motherland. If we live in here in the diaspora, you have to have your 2 cents, and your 2 cents needs to be heard. And if you're living in Zambia as well, you also need to have your 2 cents to be heard. And I would like you to join us, and as well as like and follow the page, and be a true patriot, and follow and contribute before we reach 2026. So we have various topics, ladies and gentlemen, on the table. I think the first one, I think the biggest one I think I saw this week was the opening of the urea plant in Chilanga. I think that one, we've opened I think they're saying it's going to be the second largest in Africa, maybe the largest in Southern Africa, southern part of Africa. But it's a 1.4 billion investment, and of course it's being channeled through United Capital Fertilizer, which started with decompound. Now decompound is already up and running, and it's been running for the past years. Now this is now urea plant, the second phase of the whole project. And this second phase will come with a lot of incentives actually for the people of Chilanga. I'm actually happy that at least they're going to build schools, they're going to build hospitals, and roads will be maintained. And I don't know. Amwanza,
Yes, sir.
sima kwenyu aya chiri bwanji guys.
The Makwenyu squared.
Siriza abantu badandaula kaida bagodandaula ayichani.
The Makwenyu squared. So when people complaining about that, what has UPND or HH done? So me, I'm just beginning out. I was just talking to Dr. Musanje just before I joined. I said probably I blame more our medium that we are not utilizing ZNBC, Minister of Information. I'm not trying to blame people, but they are, it's only in Simue who are talking. Because this United Fertilizer thing is like 5 minutes from my place. It's on Mungwi Road. Because
Oh, really?
that part, yes, it's not Chilanga as the Chilanga as we knew it under KK's time. Remember they redivided what do you call, redraw the districts. So that part of Lusaka is under Chilanga. It's actually it's on Mungwi Road. If you know where Marco Polo is,
I remember.
Marco Polo.
Is it the old Mungwi Road?
Yes, yeah, or Mungwi Road, the old Mungwa Road. Uh-huh. The one
Old
where
Mungwi Road.
the National Breweries is, yeah. Actually, I use the National Breweries Road, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, where Marco Polo Towers is. So it's huge, it's humongous. Like, that's a personal story. I used to have 25 acres there, and it was all bush those days. People even wondering, why did you even find yourself there? I ended up giving up 15 to friends so that people I know around me. But it
Ah.
has changed so fast that now I'm really thinking, how stupid was I to give up?
What, you just gave, or you told them
Well,
what?
I told the person selling land that time that is too. I'm scared. But then Payaneka, can you redivide divide 10, 10, and 5, and they did. So I told one of my colleagues who is here in Canada to buy the other 10, and the other gentleman was in Botswana. I bought 5, but he passed on just before he did anything when he just retired. So it's a
Oh.
very huge industrial park. I think it's like I don't know how much in terms of hectares it is, but it's a huge industrial park. It has changed so
Mhm.
fast. If you're driving there at night, it's like you're approaching another town.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's very huge. I'm happy personally because it has changed the value. Even as a farmer's time, renting is at my one room, one room where we haven't finished the building. Yes, yeah.
Oh.
But again, not to point the negatives, I don't know how much we planned for this because the amount of trucks there, coming from Botswana and Mozambique, whether it's a lot of traffic. So I
Mhm.
think if you listen to the old to the to the commissioning, even the MP for that area was appealing
Mhm.
to the Minister of Infrastructure to consider uh, quickly building a dual carriageway. Um,
Yes. Mm.
my other concern is on safety because there will be fertilizer as an explosive too, right? You remember
Mhm.
the US McVeigh explosion. So we have to be careful because sometimes some of these Chinese investors come back to my issues to our safety. So we have to be uh, they have to put in place. We just went through this, methods not too long ago, but
Yeah.
safety in terms of explosions. They'll also be making explosions for the mines as well,
Mm.
because one of the pipe products of fertilizer was making those explosions. The other thing is the pollution, whether it's water supply or air pollution. But the president was talking about that he could not smell anything. So in terms of air pollution, I think they have put in place air abatement there. But water supply, I wonder why they're taking out because I didn't see them building any pipes coming from Mumumbwa or what for water supply. So I'm assuming it's underground water because there's been some effects now with all the industries in Lusaka West along that road. There used to be a lot of natural spring water. Most
Mhm.
of those have dried.
Mm.
Personally, at the dry borehole, so I don't know that was the effect of the drought from the previous year. I don't know. So those are some of the issues that I don't know how much they planned for that, but it is a huge investment. Like he said, if Zambia had 10 of those, not even 10 or 5, it's
Mm.
huge. Yeah, it's huge. If you have been like to, what's this town when you are going to Chingola? Uh, it's on your left side. It's a small town in itself, just in terms of just the acreage and what they've built so far. And
I
they've
think
built
the Copper Belt, I only reached as far as Kitwe. I
what
did.
was it?
Yeah.
The name has gone. Chibuluma?
Chili,
No, Chibuluma?
that is Chilinabombwe.
No, not Chibuluma. It's got a small one on the not Kaluroshi. But anyway, my point is
Mm-hmm.
huge. It's
Mm-hmm.
huge. It just they haven't even built. They're saying they are going to build 1,000 housing units.
Units,
But
yeah,
right
for the
now,
workers.
yeah, for the
Yeah.
workers, yeah. But right now, we're just talking about just what they've built so far in terms of the industry and the infrastructure is huge. I hear there's also another glass factory they are building. It's still part of the same guys. There used to be a big what Laughing Waters, which was owned by Mungomba. Dini Mwamba's older brother, they bought that. I think they're building a golf course or something like that. So they
Mm.
have changed that place really, really fast. We're not talking about 10 years, just between, it's not even the
I
4
believe
years
it's
that,
1 year. 1 year, within
yeah,
1 year.
yes, because it didn't start immediately UPND came to power. It's the road had been built. That's where the
Mm.
army base is. You hear Apollo 85. It's a
Mm.
huge complex too that was built by the previous regime. But this complex within this 1 year, oh my goodness.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's already up and it's running. This is fantastic. I think
yes, yeah,
it's something
yeah,
that us as
yeah.
Zambians really need to clap and say,
Yes,
look.
and I can go on and on, but I think I mentioned one of the presentation. I said the good thing about the Chinese and unlike the
Mm.
West, they move
Mm.
fast.
Yes.
So the moment from November 2021,
Mm.
they didn't start right away, but the compound D, I think, was done last year.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
last year and now, it's like they've been building for the last 5 years. This is so huge.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. And
Wow. But
and tracks are there. Tracks are there. So even like in few. So I wonder when people say we're not doing anything because the tracks you see them from Mozambique, from Botswana, and they're coming to get fertilizer.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And I'm not and I'm not talking
it,
at I'm not talking at one track you see maybe 15 tracks lined from the factory up to the main road or Mungwi Road.
serious.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why they were saying that. Look, they actually, yeah, they're saying it's in the plans to build another concrete road from the
Yeah.
facility to the junction there. That's what they're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
It's in their plans. It's going to be part of the
Yes.
same plan and everything. Like, oh my God! Because
Hmm.
look, these are the major factors that actually build an economy. And
Yes.
I would laugh when somebody comes up to say, no, this current government is not doing anything. I
And
think
you want and you
you
want
know.
China so to cut you again, even in
uh,
terms of employment, because there's no housing there for the factory. So they get most of their workers around Zingalume. There's also another
mm,
shanty compound on the as you're going town on your right side. So there are buses every morning taking these workers. Again, it's not one bus; it's
mm,
bus after bus. You know,
mm.
like yes.
Oh wow.
The workers, they're all lined up on the road. I think they know where their pickup spots. So the jobs are there. These
Mm.
youth. Um, there was even an ad when I was there last year. They were looking for almost 200 bricklayers.
200.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we've got Dr. Danny has joined us. Dr. Danny from Puerto Rico has just joined us. ¿Cómo estás?
Bu- Buena,
Buenas,
buena, buenas tardes.
buenas tardes.
That's good
Buenas tardes.
afternoon. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. Yes.
Bu- So how is everybody? I can hear my brother there in the background. I'm cutting my hair in the barber shop here, but it's okay. Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
you still are there.
I've plenty of hair. I've plenty of patchy hair. Yeah.
Uh,
So that's the thing. Yeah, the fertilizer thing, and I mean, there's too many quenues now going on because this is really gonna be this is the foundation of a good economy. If you're gonna have your own supply of fertilizer, then you have your own
mm,
supply of medicines, uh, and then your own supply of batteries and this
mm,
type of stuff. I mean, what else would you need? It's HH is really laying the foundation of building an economy,
mm.
which is very good, which is very very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Which is fantastic. And we're actually, just talking about the current urea plant in Chilanga that has been built. and we're saying like this is going to be a shift in the agriculture sector
Yeah.
as we know it, and we instead of us relying on imports, now
Yeah.
that avenue will be closed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be coming from within. So making sure that money will be within the economy. So
Yeah.
how? So people asking like, why are they saying that the Zambian kwacha is the second most performing currency in Africa right now? Why are they reporting that? It's because of all these things. When you start building, all these facilities, manufacturing plants, you start doing all these things, then money starts circulating within. Because instead of the money that we have, twayamkushita D compound, we used to get it from as far as Russia back in the days. Okay. But now we're saying the compound is already being manufactured in the backyard. Urea, now we have closed that avenue. It will going to be manufactured in Lusaka, Zambia, Chilanga, and we don't need to spend money outside. We just money will be circulating within the economy. Making the kwacha feel, have that bullish, effect on other currencies. So abantu nga batampa especially in the not UPN, but opposition. Balelanda, no, 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 no. If is temporal. Nah, this is not temporal because United Capital Fertilizer, this is just one company. Now, like the president was saying, imagine if we have 10 companies like that investing huge sums of money like that and reaping, into the economy back and reinvesting in the economy. But then in Zambia, we don't. Vakalatororosha, we can have, oh, Zambia, 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 Zambia. Oh, Zambia, made in Zambia, made in Zambia, made in Zambia. Okay. So, but then,
Yeah.
eh,
So no, even the opposition, if you have observed in the past few months, they have stopped talking that much. I
mhm,
think they have realized that there's too many queens for them to criticize. The tone of criticism has really gone down.
mm, mm,
Because whenever they try and criticize, we just point at one positive thing, big positive thing, and they keep quiet. So
mm,
they are not really talking much these days, other than talking about themselves and who's going to lead them and all that type of thing. So
mhm.
in terms of criticizing the government, I think they've realized that there's a lot of positive things going on.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Amwanza, let's go to the next point, the next burning topic at least that we want to discuss today, aside from the Europe, and in fact, as a plus, they have actually said that they are going to, out of the CSR, they are going to build 1,000 housing units for the workers. They're going to build a hospital. They're going to build, schools. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this sounds like the way the copper belt used to be.
Yeah.
This sounds like the way the copper belt used to be. Because in those days when all these corporate, companies come in, that's what they were doing. When
No,
was the
but
last? Yeah,
but all the companies are
mhm,
supposed to have what is known a corporate. What do they
mm.
corporate? I mean, responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility.
Social responsibility. So
Mm,
that is there in those contracts, and that's what they're supposed to be doing in the surrounding communities.
mm,
But it's only that the enforcement of that has not been there. But all these companies you see are supposed to be doing that around the surrounding communities, but they don't do it because nobody enforces it. But that's a normal thing.
mm, mm,
Everywhere you go, the companies are supposed to be responsible for the communities around them in one way or the other.
mm, mm. Yeah. I think this should be at least sort of like a blueprint for other companies that are already, investing in Zambia to
Yeah.
say, look, if they can do that, what about us? What are we doing? I think it's going to shift that image and stuff like that, because we no longer are desperate for this investment, but we want to work with the investors and partner with. Now,
There-
um,
There's some tax benefits to it. So when they
mm,
do those things, they are not taxed as
mm,
much. At the
mm,
end of
mm.
the what they put in account, what they're putting in society, in the communities, and then they pay less tax. So it's a win-win scenario for the
Mhm.
company and the government.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's good. That's wonderful. And of course, that's the Chilong thing that people were watching, isn't it? If you remember, they were watching when it was coming from Chirundu, that long pipe, cylinder. People would be running, trying to see what is this thing? What is it?
No, that was going to the copper belt. That was
That's a different thing, eh? That was a different one, huh?
yeah, that was something else. That
Yeah.
one passed through Lusaka and went to the copper belt.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
That's for the smelter on one of the mines, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The
Okay.
cooling something to do with the cooling something.
Pulling. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which even it is they also have the cylinders as well, these
Yeah.
Banan United Capital Fertilizer, they got them as well. But
Mhm.
okay. So let's talk about issues of Banan Kaneva. But PF, I was just watching uh forgive me, but I was watching who's this one of the guys you about PF per TV. I think his name is Zumani something. He's saying he's the one that constructed the Tonsi Alliance Constitution. And the journalists were asking him a question. And he was saying like mu Tonsi Alliance tamwa baba PF. So
Yeah, I watched that one as well. Yeah.
I was like, okay. Ngatamwa baba PF. Because the way we know is like it's a combination of parties. There's PF, there's all this. No, John, he was failing to answer
No,
simple and straightforward questions.
the explanation he gave was the part of PF that joined Tonse were only supporters of Lungu,
Lungu.
not as a party. So people that joined Tonse Alliance are only
Uh-huh.
Lungu supporters and not PF. It was only those
Uh-huh.
people that believed in Lungu that
Mm-hmm.
joined Tonse Alliance.
Tonse.
Not so to say it was the PF is in Tonse Alliance. He says no. It was only the supporters of Lungu himself as a person that joined PF, and he said they are the ones who drafted the constitution. Him and who's the other guy, two of them, and
I think, yeah.
they put conditions there that the problem with that constitution, they were saying PF will lead the Tonse Alliance, but in the meantime saying there's no PF. Then he's saying PF was
So,
supposed to be leading the
that's confusing now.
Tonse. So he was saying the people who are supposed to lead Tonse Alliance are supposed to be PF members. And there was a list of members that joined Tonse and people that are supposed to be leading the so-called Central Committee, whatever. They drafted that and they put a list of people that are supposed to be in the Central Committee. And it was just so confusing. I think they're just in big trouble. They don't know who's supposed to lead them and stuff like that. The major problem, as I said last week, was they PF have one leadership crisis and two financial crisis. So there are two things here that they're looking at because it's not just a matter of leading them, but you should also have money. So they are looking at two factors here, which is very very difficult to solve. You might want somebody to lead you, but does he have the financial power or financial muscle to lead you?
Mm.
Because leading a party it's not just a matter of Pakanwa. You have to sacrifice money, personal money, actually.
Mm.
So that's a big problem they have. And to solve those two things, it will be very difficult.
Amwanza. I'm sorry, Mr. Oscar.
I think he has stepped out.
Oh, he stepped out?
I think
He
so.
must be there. He must be. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's there, but I think he's not near his phone or computer.
Mhm. So, because they were saying it's going to be a ECL PF movement. That's what they were saying. They were going to call it ECL PF movement party. That was going to be the new party. That's what they were saying. ECL PF movement. You know? But
It's just confusing. Just confusing. They don't really know what they want, and then they had factions, Miles Sampa, Chavinga, and all these guys before, and now they have added two more factions. So there are four factions now. There are four camps within PF. Okay, they have the Chavinga, the Miles Sampa, they have Lubinda and the Nakachinda, and then they have Sean Tembo and the other guys on the other side. Then Munduvire is on his own. So it's like it's just so scattered now. I don't even know how they're gonna field a candidate come 2026, because to unite these five, there are five camps within PF right now. And then Luvinda just few days ago declared that as far as this concerned, is the president, and is gonna hold a convention in June, in November. Okay, so when he's gonna hold that convention again, it will even be split even further, because that convention will not be blessed by everybody. It will be Nakachinda Luvinda's convention, where they're gonna choose their leader who's gonna represent PF. I don't know whether everybody's gonna agree that that's the guy to represent them. So it's just a mess.
Mr. Oscar, are you back?
Yes, I was actually back. I could hear you, but you were not hearing me. I was answering back. I had to restart it. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, we also welcome Vakalinda, our beautiful sister.
All right, now before I say anything,
there's no singing.
No, can I do what I normally do?
No.
Just let me.
We are tired of Vago.
Let me. I was waiting for this moment. It's my time, dog. No. Whatever the weather. These streets are on, and my blood will leave you never. Okay, that's it. Now, dog, you can speak.
Oscar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we're just analyzing the opposition the way it is. It's sort of like a district. Looking at the way if you know Zumani, I think Zumani Zimba or Zulu, I don't know his name, but he was saying he constructed the constitution of Tonse, and according to him, he said he worked very closely with ECL, and ECL had certain people that he wanted to work with, and the movement was going to be called the ECL. ECL what? ECL PF movement. ECL PF movement. Whatever it was going to be called, whatever. So ECL PF movement. So people that believed in ECL. Now the man is gone. So what next? I don't know. These guys are just flip-flopping now.
Well, I told one of these PF diehards that as long as Lungu is in the picture, on and who's gonna lead PF, or him wanting to hover around Plan B or third term or whatever. He's actually the one destroying PF. Don't these accusations that the government is interfering, blah blah blah, right? Yeah, or maybe actually creating grounds for government to just even add salt to your confusion. So to me, I'm not surprised. And actually, drama hasn't even started. It hasn't even started. They're just lining up the players right now. So there's so many camps. Take Tabinga out, but even these so-called Tonsi Alliance people, you have Mumbi Piri making reckless comments that has to be a Bemba or Easterner, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you could choose better word. I mean, strong words are there. Even here, they are there. Like whether it's French Canada, English Canada, in the US is the same, so you could say we need maybe to field strong candidates. You don't have to the way she came out. You have this like you said, Nakachinda, Luvinda camp, there's Munduvire camp. Sean Tembo wasn't even there meeting the one they had to come together. Is hunting. How could he go hunting? Didn't he know there was a meeting, an important meeting happening? Yeah. So it's going to be a mess for me. The dramas, and they're just lining up players right now. The real drama will start. And this Zumani thing, writing a constitution doesn't mean anything. I mean, I was asked to review the constitution the Zambia we want, where Ernest Mwasa and the Bob Sichinga now wants to stand. I mean, because the Secretary General there is my classmate. I said,
I think they've got a president now, isn't it?
Yes.
They've got a president now.
Yes, Bob Sichinga. He wants to stand under. I actually, even when they were designing that, they had Bob Sichinga in mind, but
no, it's somebody else now. It's not Bob
somebody else.
Yeah, I forget his name. He was on TV.
I thought it was Bob Sichinga.
Well, I think they've chosen somebody else.
Mujalo, that little fraudster in South Africa. Let's bring him in.
No, I'm not talking about Keith. I'm just saying this Zumani thing. I'm saying this Zumani thing doesn't mean anything. You can write the constitution, you don't own it. Like I say, when I help these guys with Zambia we want, I was one of the reviewers. I said, I'm UPND. The Secretary General says, yeah, I know, but we're just helping us. I said, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. But once you start, you write a constitution with somebody's mind, those are constitutions that don't go anywhere. Whether it's a Republican constitution, we have seen when you target a constitution towards somebody, it fails. These guys are going anywhere. They are not going anywhere, and time is against them. They keep on saying you have KBF, all those guys, like everyone wants to be president, so like I said, they are not going anywhere. Time is against them. Even if they made today that they have reconciled what Sean Tembo was hunting, you wait. Nothing is gonna unite them. They're just gonna break up, but which is good for UPND, because they may not even be on the ballot, these guys, because very soon they'll be printing ballot papers and they still don't have a leader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Vakalinda, I think you got a burning issue that you want to bring out.
You're talking about this South African guy.
Vakalinda.
The African character.
Okay. I think he's in the background.
This one was run out. They said he used the bus instead of flying.
Which one was that?
The South African guy, Munolo, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Mujalo.
They said he left South Africa, but he didn't fly because it's wanted by authorities that he used the bus. I don't know how true that is.
No, it's very true. Mudola is in a. I mean, he has a court case. He was working with. He was arrested by South African authorities,
Uh-huh.
working with that prophet from Malawi. What's his name? Bushiri.
Bushiri. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's involved in a 102 billion rand fraud scandal in South Africa, and his case is before the courts in South Africa. He has even surrendered his passport to the court. He can't leave South Africa. So how are you gonna be president of Zambia if you cannot leave South Africa? Because he's going to jail.
That was
Bushiri
just a
ran away.
joker. He's just a joker.
Bushiri ran away. So the South African authorities only have him. So how is he going to run PF?
Yeah.
He's got
I asked
cases
the
in the
question.
US too. US, Malaysia, and all that.
You know, I think that's why I was saying, like, look, oyo muntu temine fecha kuima. Kuli abale mutunkamo abali ku South Africa. Abali ku South Africa.
He's a con man.
Valia abali ku South Africa valia. Ichiriroto turelorera. Maybe uyu wine wenga tutanani.
711-8800 and become a VIP.
You know,
no, but if you look at his history, he's basically a con man. You know what he does? He promises people billions of dollars, and then he doesn't deliver, and then those people give him the down payments of this and that, and then he disappears. So remember when he was interviewed in Zambia by this who is this UPND? I mean PF guy, the one who interviewed
Emmanuel Mwamba
podcast. Yes. He said he offered the Zambian government $500 million. How do you offer the Zambian government $500 million and you are still living in a 2-bedroom apartment in South Africa? So it's you want to give somebody $500 million to run the money. At Bali Canada, Zambia, $500 million, $500 million. They refused. I would have brought the money here. Use that money if you have it to get your now nice decent house in South Africa. Because in South Africa is just living like me and you. You know, it's not. You know when you have money, you can't hide it. You know.
No, you can't.
But he was living like me and you. So there's a difference. Someone would have $500 million should live differently. Not living in an apartment like me, like this. No. You see. So it's a con. I can't come outside here and then start telling people I'll give you $500 million when I'm driving a Honda Civic. You know? So it doesn't make sense.
Atina lakutira Benz but when Shakorola.
No, we're talking Jinga.
I think we got a new entrant. Sorry, Mwanza. Let's welcome Vakombe. He's just joined us today. Vakombe, welcome. I don't know if you're there, Vakombe.
Thank you, Hassan. I've been listening in for a while, for a few minutes. I'm on the road.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay, go ahead, Mwanza.
No, I was just gonna agree with the Dr. This one is so I said, even PF, like, be serious for once. Honestly, like, PF is not a small party. Yes, they lost, whatever. But even now, when you're thinking of these leaders, like, honestly, they don't know the history of this guy, Nabushiri, like his cases in South Africa. Your presidential candidate doesn't even live in the country, like me, Sadin Navana can PF presidential candidate, right? I'm even better off at this. I'm in the country or almost every year. This guy is not even in the country, So how are you going to reconcile that? You can't come up with a candidate within yourself. Amongst yourselves.
Can I just come in for just a moment here because I'm having a little issues here. But can you guys hear me though?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. So here's the thing. Okay, with this Mudola, person in South Africa, where do they, what's the word I'm looking for it? How are they going to reconcile the constitution's requirement for a presidential candidate to have been domiciled in Zambia for 20 years before you can run for president?
There you go.
How are they going to reconcile that? And then on top of that, the guy can't leave South Africa. You want to bring in somebody who is well known to be a fraudster. He's conned people out of millions. And you give him power to run the country. They want to run it back to the way they were under the Uwomba Umwibala slogan. Oh, come on, people. Let's be serious with governance issues for a change. You know? I mean, in Zambia, are we going to forget what...
That guy is not representing the whole PF. He's representing a faction within PF. So there is not representing the PF party itself or the whole PF party. PF, as I was saying, it is split now in 4 factions, and that's one of them. So he's not coming as a PF candidate for everybody. No, Mulubinda doesn't even recognize that guy.
Yes, I know that. But I mean, if we really want to talk about the PF, I mean, the person who owns it legally right now is Chavinga. That's another faction. And then we have, let's take for instance, the one who is so-called the favorite right now, Mundubire. Are you seriously going to put that guy in the government, give him power of a president when he already has cases against him? Because we also need to know what he did with the $70 million we gave him to do roads in Lusaka, which he never did.
And he has cases for Mukuba.
Yes.
Mukuba guy.
So how are you going to give that guy power to run the country again if he can't deliver as a business person? That's the question that we all as Zambians should be asking for ourselves. Lubinda, who I know from the time he was a shopkeeper at St. Canisius Secondary School, where he stole money. That's a fact. He stole money and he went away when he was a shopkeeper. Yes, that's the fact. You can check it. That's where we know Lubinda, some of us from. He stole money from a school tuck shop he was running at St. Canisius. Okay, so that is the person you want to put in the state house, and then you bring people like the jokesters. I mean, I don't even know why they're even alive. Zambia must prosper. KBF. Oh, come on. I mean, we all had the voice note that were going around when he tried to join the UPND. I mean, this is common knowledge. Okay, you are selling the president to the highest bidder. That's the person you want to run the country. And then, oh, Madam Mumbi, pity. What's wrong with that woman, eh? I mean, what's wrong with her? I mean, I'm just. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with that? I mean, this thinking that, I mean, I'm sorry I'm going to go there. This thinking that the country should be run by only 2 or 3. Come on, people. What about the other people? There are Zambians there who contribute to the country. What is that thinking? Like in your own family. I mean, I look at my own family, dynamics. I've got nieces and nephews who are Tumbukas. I've got brothers who are Bembas. I have, sisters who are Lonsis and the like. So are you going to tell me that I should be thinking of, of their welfare in the way that Mumbi Pire is talking about? I mean, it's a shame. Shame. And then we have my lovely sister. What's her name? Given Katuta. Wanting to run for president, I mean, as well as an independent. Do we have that provision in the Constitution that says so? Somebody answer me. I mean, I can go on and on and on, and then Fred Member with his socialist, thinking. Who wants to go back to the unique days? Is he sure? Oh, come on. Let's be serious with the way we run things. Anyway, I'll leave it there.
But Fred
I'll
Membe
leave
is
it there.
just to add on what you were saying. But Fred Membe, was it the one who was saying that because in Madagascar there's a coup going on, or it just happened, and then they were saying that, he was busy praising that
Yeah,
ya coup
it's him.
yafika ku Madagascar. Na Muzambia
Yes.
ema revolution I was
Mhm.
like, however, iyo nani kind of socialist, twaliikana kale, like the socialist movement when he introduced it to Zambia, 100% of Zambia said, if it a fish, baby. These are type of politics. Yeah,
No, but under the socialist movement, we had it under Kaunda. We already experienced it. That's why the
okay.
MMD came into power, because of the socialism policies that we were dealing with under Kaunda. Who wants to go back there?
Yeah, nobody wants to go back.
Trust me.
Nobody wants. Yeah.
So, maybe socialism is just even because he had some funding, I think, from Cuba before,
Yes.
whatever. He's not even
That's
a
where I was going.
socialist himself. Forget about him. He's just, it's just wants to use that vehicle. Once he's in, he's not even going to follow any socialism he's talking about. He doesn't even know what it's all about, other than what he experienced during Kaunda's time.
Remember, he went to Russia to Russia, trying to meet the socialist leaders of that party.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody met him when he came back left-handed, empty-handed.
Even in Burkina Faso,
He was trying to meet President Traore only yesterday, and he was denied.
Yes, he was denied. Yeah.
So he's trying his best to make these fake friendships, but it doesn't work. They told him to go to Cuba. Cuba's economy is ground zero. There's nothing going on in Cuba. Everything is disintegrating.
Venezuela.
So they told him,
man,
go to Cuba if you want to see what socialism can do. Cubans are lining up for a bottle of water for one day, just to get a bottle of water on the lineup. So it's socialism is a thing of the past. They shouldn't even be thinking like that. No one is going to support him.
And now let's talk about the top-notch lawyer. I know this is coming from the left. The top-notch lawyer, not the one who is in South Africa in a fridge somewhere in a freezer. Let's talk about the state council, John Sangwa. Yes, with his movement.
Money too.
Yeah, which Zambian is gonna give him 100 kwacha every day?
Say only 100 kwacha from him.
So he can run on the. What happened to his law firm?
This thing. That's why I was saying, like, look, stick to your day job. Okay, stick to your day job. As we know about John Sangwa as one of the most revered lawyers in the country. I mean, we give him respect. I mean, he's a good lawyer. Okay? But it goes as far as it can go. When it comes to running a country, it's a different animal. Okay? It doesn't matter how much you understand the Constitution. It doesn't make you the right person to run a country. Okay? You can understand it. You can flip it left, right, and center. But running a country is a different animal. Okay? We need leaders that are well-rounded. And I'm sorry to say this, but John Sangwa is not well-rounded. And what do I mean by saying well-rounded? An individual that has different accolades and different perspective in looking at things. Not just law. If you listen to what is most of his interviews, 90% of the interview is just talking about the law and the Constitution. Then I'm saying, like, okay, why don't you just stick to what you know best? Okay, stick to what you know best, which is the law, and we respect you for that. Chavi Pavanen, if we respect you as a good lawyer, that's a bit. Now you want to come into politics? You want to say I want to run the country because certain things or certain arrangements were not made, or maybe
Keeps on cutting.
All right, I think you got. Yeah, I think I'm having a problem with my phone here. Somebody was trying to call me. Yeah, but go ahead, Oscar. Before I,
Doc, since Backstage is having a problem, you want to come in? Doc? Oh, can you guys hear me at all? Can you hear me? Maybe it's me.
Makalinda, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the others.
Yeah, but somebody was trying to call. They like to call me when I'm online.
It happens all the time.
I'm like,
yeah. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe the other people will join in. Maybe. Just go ahead with what you were talking about in terms of Basangwa's well-roundedness. Is he right for the Zambian president on riding on the fact that he's a state lawyer, renowned? I mean, I don't know if he's well respected. Maybe half of the country respects him, the other half doesn't. That's the way I look at it now, because he's made so many pronouncements that, a lot of us are shaking our heads like, what's happened to him? Is he on, is he smoking some ganja or something? Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and pick it up.
Yeah. So like I was saying, like, I don't know if us Zambians want to put Vasangwa as a president. Because if you ask an average Zambian, they will say, "Oh yeah, we know him. He's a respected lawyer, and that's what we respect him for. That's what we respect him for. We don't respect him for becoming a president to start ruling the country. Like what? Like I've heard anything that he's going to say. Like what? Oh, what am I going to do? What are you going to do? Okay, what is he going to do? That's different from what. That's better than what HS is doing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm one. What do you go? Hold on. Let me try something. Let me try something. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm still here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you also.
Okay. Okay. I think we are back on track. Sorry about that, gentlemen. I think somebody was trying to call me. They disturbed the network here. Well, into me now my phone. stuff like that. So just to iron out, what I was saying is, let's give, respect to our lawyers, the KBF, the John Sangwa. I know there's that, thing in them to say, maybe we can be bigger than what we are. But I think sometimes it's better to be best in what you do, than fumble in something else that you're not comfortable with. And we've seen in many cases, KBF, he obviously wanted to be something bigger than what he is, but when he started, vying or supporting the president, it was on the at cool 11th hour, if you remember. It was cool 11th hour. That's when KBF came on board. But yes, we say we are. There's no way we can say no. His contribution was well, magnified and respected, but he wanted a bigger chunk, of which the president could not overlook the people that have been with him for long and many years, than KBF. That's why I was frustrated. That's why now he went back into the opposition and saying, "At HH Wabofi, at Munandi," Same thing in Abasangwa. Abasangwa wants to be one of those guys that, if I can tell you, I can bet you $1 million, if Basanga was given a position to say, can you be the chair of the next constitution review, he will be quiet. He's going to take it humbly. Huh? Basangwa, Oscar.
Yeah,
Oscar, yes.
I'm here. Yes, I personally, I agree with you that we should always stay in our lanes. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. You can dream to be somebody, but you can see there are certain people, they work their way, set as a good example until you won the presidency. I don't know whether after that everybody felt they can be president, because I'm seeing in Zambia almost everyone. You can call a Chabe Chimba. You want to be
Everybody wants to be
president.
president.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Nachi president.
Uh-huh. So
Even the guy who owns Eden University, he came out this week that he wants to be president. You can't even understand what he's talking about.
Yes.
I mean, I'm like, what is it? Is he using the Queen's language? I mean, I'm not saying that's a barometer we need to use for somebody to be president in the country. But please, you are going to represent us to the international community. How are you going to communicating with those people if you can't even communicate with your own people well enough for them to understand? What policies are you standing on? All those things. Absolutely thrown out of the window.
Yes, there are several ways you can contribute, but I don't understand where this came from, where everybody thinks they can be president. Is it when Sata became president or when Lungu became president, we lowered the bar? I'm not sure, because now it's everyone. I want to be president. That's why somebody was suggesting maybe even the fee for presidential candidates should be increased, or maybe we need to change the requirements. I don't know, because now there's so much noise. Everybody just wants,
Yeah. Well, I think what I think is this: not the fee in itself to be increased, but I think we need to specify a president, and they need to have a certain background and a certain what can I call it? They need to have already made they already have to be like made already. They need to be like real people that already are established in society. Okay, people that already they've got
Bachanda.
net worth, a good net worth.
What you're talking about is constitutional review. So we can't change anything as it is right now. Right now, the constitution says you can stand if you want. So if we want to do those things, we have to go on the drawing board and change the constitution. And that would take many, whatever. So in our reviews, yes, let's start suggesting those things. But as it stands now, before the elections 2026, even my cousin in Ishigatende can go and become a president if he wants. The constitution doesn't bar anybody, regardless of who is. Even a grade 1, grade 2 failure can go and stand as a president as we speak. Oh, no. Is it MP which they put grade 12? At least they put some grade 12 somewhere. But
MP has to have a grade 12. Yeah?
MP, they put a grade 12. But for the presidency, I think they haven't put that grade 12 yet. So even a grade 1 can go and become a president. You know? So we have to change the constitution first. Otherwise, yes. All my Muriokela is gonna. That's why Muriokela every year is standing. My brother Muriokela. My brother is always standing.
Oh man. Bashkuru Muriokela, no.
But if I can add, you see, when the Muriokelas don't have a problem. There has to be a little bit of some comedy to it, and everybody knows this is just like. But there are some really like short tempos, the members and what like they just think they can start. You have to also evaluate yourself, like really do I have those qualities and the skills, leadership skills, qualities to run a country. It's not just running a poultry with 100 chickens. No, some of it, the Muriokelas I kind of understand, but because it's a comedy, we enjoy it. But
I love my brother. I always vote for him. He always goes to file, He goes to file his nominations.
But who pays it? But who pays? Who pays his 200? Who pays with 200,000 kwacha fee? Because when you file for president,
my brother's supporters are always left in it.
No, he's still raising.
On the road.
He's still raising. He's still raising funds. He's been raising funds for the last 4 years. He's been raising funds. For the last 4 years, he's been raising funds to stand as a president.
But in the last elections, they blocked his supporters back on the road. They were on their way to the launch, and Lungu blocked them.
Oh no. Anyway, as much as we love him, but he's he's somebody. But sometimes look, he sometimes says things that you can catch something. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can even catch something.
It makes sense.
Sometimes you get, you just say something, pop, and then you catch it. That
man is a smart man. But I don't know what happened. He's very smart.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to him.
But I understand he was at UNZA, right? That's what I hear. He's a smart guy.
I don't know about that because he talked about I've got 11 degrees.
He was at UNZA. That's where he went mad.
So, but in any case, we can grab one or two things, and then one time actually I was watching something similar. It just threw me off. And a gentleman, Chelston Market, what benefit? The guy was not mad really, but we consider as mad. And then the guy was busy, talking about the soccer, all that stuff. Bola much of his Zambia soccer. And then he was like, look, instead of kulanda pali bola in, therefore kulanda pa ichalo. So people are like, then bola is I don't know. asada imwe ine ndefo kulanda pali economy ya Zambia. Economy ya Zambia, I think this was like maybe 8 years ago. Muka banani kane ba president basatu bakaye ku China nga murefu ekyalo kyenu kikawani bakaye ku China bakaye mwipusha president wa China. How did you manage to become a world class country na farming ife yeka? That's what guys, you know, they can look like a mad guy. Why am kumwipusha nishi Zambia ikaba win. So me, I was like, sometimes you look at people sometimes, but you can understand that maybe he's asking something, a real question here, you know, because if we look at how China became where it is right now, it wasn't because of minerals, it wasn't because of anything. It was all about agriculture. Agriculture put China to where it is right now, and that's where we need to be eyeing or concentrating.
You see,
that,
what you are saying is 100% correct. And that's why I'm so excited about these new disease-free zones that we have established in Zambia. This is huge for Zambia, massive. We really have to actually give the HH government some praises.
So let's go to the topic. Let's talk about the beef exports.
Yeah.
You know, and the opposition are saying that mwe bantu wakwalesa nishi mule chite export nama ifo trade ama swachan. So I'm thinking to myself like, what kind of thinking is that? What kind of thinking is that? At mule chite nama kuma country Zambi ifo trade ama swachan. Bushe natura ndati kulishote jana mamzambi. Kavya kubuja uyo mkushita. Ngoda ukwateshira kachanama. Go and buy. Okay? If you want to buy soya chunks, if that's your appetite for that day, buy soya chunks. But you cannot equivalent or say because Twatampo nombo kuta exporting ku other countries, then abantu nomba bala tampo kulale ninsa. Takwabe nama. I don't know.
No, I don't want to politicize it in a way, because you see, when this thing is all organized in the end, every Zambian will benefit, including myself with 2 cows. I want to sell. As long as they come from that disease-free zone, I'll be able to sell. So the most important thing, this is my field of specialty. That's why I love it. Okay, about disease control mechanisms that we use. It's being how they did this. To be honest with you, the deal that HH has reached to say within a country, we're just going to have these pockets of disease-controlled zones. I've never heard about it. Never. Never, ever. Normally, they would do it the whole country. Okay? So they would want you to quarantine your animals, and they can go to Chipata and sample. They could not. But this deal he's reached, to be honest, it is a very good deal. He's a businessman. For him to convince these guys, no, not the whole country. Yes, we have diseases in the whole country, but we're going to have these little camps, which we're going to monitor very well, and then we can export from these camps. That was a good business deal. And they might expand these zones with time. So we have this little thing in Namwala, but after 3 years, they'll come and say, you're doing a good job. You can expand it by maybe another 10 kilometers this way, 10 kilometers or 20 kilometers this way. So these zones can expand and expand and expand, include more farmers. In the end, the whole country will become, it will be eligible to export.
Yes.
So every little farmer with 1 cow, you take it to the marketing board, you sell 46,000 kwacha per animal. 46,000.
Can you imagine?
Yes, that's the market price right now. 46.
That's
You
the
sell
rice.
10 animals, you have $500,000, kwacha.
You know what? The
It's
president,
good.
but here's the thing. The only thing, me, I'm from the northern part of Zambia. And I can tell you this. Mwafrika kwati, let me give you an example of just the Ruapula province. Ruapula province is a hub of, wetlands and green pastures, nefyataga. Abantu tabasunga eng'ombe kuli.
Diseases. There are so many diseases there.
So now that's when we need to bring in experts like you. You go and study to say, okay, fine. What kind of animals can, because my impala, tuma dikers, and all those they're busy jumping around in the swamps. Okay, if you go there, you see them, they're jumping. In Ngombe, if you bring them there, I don't think it'd be a big problem. Okay.
No, they will die. Animals, wild animals, and they don't mix. Where you
No,
have
no.
wild animals, you can't keep in Ngombe.
Oh, wait, I'm not saying let's mix them that. What I'm saying is this. Let's bring in, like his program, what he was saying about HH, if you remember what he was saying.
Yeah.
He wants to empower the Northern Circuit with Ngombe. Well, there's a certain breed that he has on his farm. He said, I'll give two bulls, two bulls and one female. Okay? Two bulls and one female project. Oh, yeah, he started it. He's talking about it. And meaning that these are special kind of cows. They're not just what. These are disease, if you have the resistance. But because of the pastures and the way the environment is, the Northern Circuit could be second from the Southern Province. Okay? Because we're not just going to concentrate on Southern Province. Where else can we? Because now there's a huge demand. If you remember what they were saying on that interview on TV, they were saying that people are actually asking for more beef or more cows to be supplied to them. They're asking for more.
So
Than what
Vachanda,
Mhm.
you have to understand that there are two things here we are talking about in beef production. If we're gonna produce beef for local consumption in Zambia, yes, what you're talking about can happen. Okay. If you're gonna produce beef for export, that cannot happen. Even if we have rains, we have good animals that we can breed. The most important thing the international organization for exporting beef around the world, they want is there should not be a disease. The disease should not be present.
Okay.
So you don't have to, but if we are going to use animals that are disease resistant in Northern, fine, we can breed them and consume the meat in Zambia. But if we are going to export, there should not be a disease around. Okay, that's the catch, which HH has convinced these guys that we're going to form these zones, which we're going to make sure the disease, the tsetse flies, the whatever, do not come in, and we'll control them. They will not; these animals will not be exposed to the disease. Imagine you have a zone in Chilanga, it is disease free. In Chawama, you can't export an animal which is in Chawama, but in Chilanga you can, because you have put stringent measures to make sure that an animal which is in Chilanga is so protected from the diseases, and you put all the measures there. But the one in Chawama there, which is 5 kilometers from Chilanga, cannot be exported. So this is the thing. It's not about an animal which can breed, which can grow fast. No, it's these guys are looking for disease-free zones. When they come, they can come anytime and sample the blood from these animals, and they find traces of that disease. They will take the export permit away from you. So it's about diseases. It's not about the quality of an animal, the rains or the feed. No, is, are we able to eradicate the disease in that area? When these inspectors come and get blood samples, they will not detect any disease in the blood of these animals. That's the key, which HH has convinced the International Animal Health Organization to say we can make. How many has he made? He said 5. One in northwestern, one in eastern, one in Namwala. There are about 5. Chipata. So those zones.
There's also Gwembe. I think there's one in Gwembe.
So those zones, the inspectors can show up any minute and sample the animals and see that they don't have the disease. Okay. So that's the key we are looking at. It's disease control here. We are not talking about whether these animals grow fast and there's feed, there's this. No, there's rain. No. We are talking about these animals have to be disease-free according to the International Animal Health Organization. So it's a big thing, to be honest. HH, the way he arrived at that, I don't know. Because when I read the books, that doesn't happen. What he did. What happens is you have to do the whole country, like Botswana, the whole country, you have to be quarantining all the animals in the whole country, and then they come and certify you disease-free. The whole country. Not what we've done in Zambia. It's unheard of. It's good business negotiation skills, So it's a good thing to say we are exporting from certain zones. And that's the reason why those animals that were slaughtered, you remember, they were heading towards a disease-free zone. They were going to contaminate those animals in that area.
Oh, yes. Oh, that one.
Slaughtered. Okay. And people are complaining, how can they slaughter 100 and something animals and all that type of thing? No, because we know what we're doing. We don't want those animals to enter a disease-free zone. And then we cannot export those animals in that area. So, to be honest, this is a good thing. We should really support it. It's going to benefit my grandmother and my cousin in Shigatende one day.
Yeah. Oh, can I just come in? I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I listened to all the talks around it. It seems good. My worry, I'm a warrior. I mean, I'm always one to come in. I'm with the fifth sense, so to say. I mean, how about some of us who are used to buying, animals at 3 pin, 3.5? You negotiate the highest you can pay 6 pin. Now all this, my cousins in Shikatende or my cousins in no, let me finish in Lugwalo. What happens to them? What happens to them? Because now here's what's going to happen. Yeah, they'll be selling. I mean, they'll be selling their animals to those zones because they'll be earning that 46,000. So then it's going to price us out.
You cannot bring an animal out of the zone and sell it to those people. These animals are given specific. They are tagged. They have chips in them. They are tagged. They are raised from being a calf to the time it's sold to the market in those zones. You can't get an animal from Lugwalo and put it on the truck and I'm going to sell in this. No, these animals are raised in that area. They were born there. They'll grow there and they'll be slaughtered. They'll be exported from there. They don't mix with any other animals. They don't.
Okay, that makes me happy because I was worried so I can't buy animals now because my cousins will be selling to these zones because they know they'll get 46,000 kwacha.
The animals from the zones are special. They are special. They don't mix with any other animal in Zambia. They don't. It's like they are restricted. They are monitored every day. They are like special animals in the sense that it's not that we're going to spend. It's just that you don't allow, for example, wildlife to come near them. You are always vaccinating. You're always sampling their blood sample to see they don't have any babesia. They don't have trypanosomiasis. They don't have anything. So you are always taking. They are like in high-end UTH ward. They are in this special ward. They're taking care of the
special ward.
In short, for us, Doc, for us who shops, they're like Gucci bags, low haul.
But it doesn't mean. But listen, it doesn't mean that the farmers in those zones are spending thousands of dollars on those animals. No. They are not. They're just like my cousin in Shikatende. They don't have to do anything. It's only that the veterinary department are doing something special, monitoring and sending the results to ILO. I mean, International organization that monitors the diseases in animals. So it's
The World Health
it's not the
Organization.
farmer who is doing the work. It's the Department of Veterinary Services doing the work. So the farmer there, they will just be telling you, you don't have to take your animals to that. Don't cross that road. Don't do this. The farmers in that zone, they are just like me and you. They are not special farmers. So
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's a good thing for those farmers in those zones. So
But,
those zones
but Oscar Mwanza has been quiet. Can we, bring him in?
I'm listening to the vet.
All right. It's so good news. I love it. And I'm gonna go into
next you'll be standing as president like by John Sangwa. From talking vet. Next is
so and people say this guy is just a veterinarian, doesn't know anything else.
My take on that one, then I'm talking about Kasa, Wapura, and that kind of thing, just to share. I know lately the Lukanga Swamp and parts of Lukanga Swamp and parts of Pongwe, these guys who keep cattle, that's why they are kind of relocating, because Mala is no space anymore. So I know these Tonga guys who have now moved to Lukanga and Mpongwe. I just saw you if you're looking for land there to raise cattle, because it's like Namwara, there's just the plains, the cattle are grazing, but I'm not sure that will be part of the disease-free zone. But my comment, there's two comments I have here. Some friend of mine was saying, beef prices will be high. I'm not sure we'll be able to afford beef and that kind of thing. First and most, maybe I don't eat too much beef. So I said, I don't think so. I don't think, like Dr. Sanso said, not every sport in Zambia will be a disease-free zone. There will still be beef that we can buy, that my sister can go and shop around to buy. But look at back, you guys, before this soya chunks, because they are not there during my time. We didn't have soya chunks. Carpenter, beans, whatever. We really ate beef every. I don't know if I'm walking my head, but like where I grew up, we ate probably beef and chicken per month. So it wasn't like something you ate 3-4 times a week, so whether it's overpriced, is unaffordable, I think I've always considered beef not something that, it's not that now carpenter, beans, everything else is now, even the well-to-do, they are looking for those things because they are nutritionally healthy. And I also hear, I think it's also someone referring to 46,000 per animal, but the president talked about 28, and I verified that. I said, is it 28 or is it 46? So I was told the 46
it ranges. 46 is the upper range for depending on the body weight.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Basically, starting from 30, about 30, 28 is the smallest one. It goes out.
Okay.
But this market is not for Zambians. We are not talking about, you are not selling to Zambians at that price. You are selling to Congo, you are selling to these neighboring countries. They're the ones buying that beef at that price. This price has nothing to do with Zambians. Zambians will continue buying beef from animals that are not certified disease-free, which we have been eating for all. And these diseases, by the way, they're not communicatable to humans. They are just animal diseases. Okay, so I as a veterinarian myself, I sometimes ask myself, why should they restrict the export of meat based on diseases which do not affect humans anyway? Why don't they just say, this doesn't affect? We have been eating meat in Zambia, which are not from disease-free zones, and we have never, that's the meat we buy in Zambia. So I don't understand why the international organizations always say, your animals should come from disease-free. There should be no disease at all that affects these animals. It's just like you telling you that you should live in a country which doesn't have any disease for you to travel abroad. There should be no malaria, no yellow fever, no this, no. It's very difficult to do that, and it's very challenging. And I'm telling you, this is a big breakthrough in the veterinary field for us to do to qualify for this. We're just admiring Botswana all the time, but this has come in our country, and it's so exciting for the veterinary community. Very, very exciting. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's where we're wondered because I think Zambia also has to take a little bit of a leaf from Botswana because Botswana it's one of those countries.
They can
Botswana.
export. Them can export anywhere. They are disease free.
Botswana, we know that they've got more animals more than people. That's the ratio. Like they've got more cattle than the population of. If you look at the population of Botswana, the cattle is more than the population. That's how it is. Okay, so themselves are sitting on a diamond and everything and stuff like that.
The reason why they're doing this, Chilufya, is because of the export market they have. So it makes sense. Even Zambia, you will see how many people start raising animals once these zones expand, because you can imagine how much money you'll be making. So that would be huge. Everyone would want to raise animals because you know that you sell it for 28,000 kwacha or 30,000 kwacha to Belgium or something like that. So that's the reason why Botswana has a lot of animals, because it's very, very profitable in Botswana. You raise an animal in Botswana, you sell it to UK, you sell it to Brazil, you sell it to whatever. So that's why they have so many animals. It's not by accident that you have more than, I think Botswana people have less than 5 million in population, but animals are so many millions because of
double the size. Like double the size. Animals are double the size.
Export market.
In any case, okay, let's go to the last topic. Fuzz. No, let's look into the issue of Faz football. People are saying this current regime of Faz is not giving the opportunity or whatever. I don't know if it's the opportunity or Chirishani, but it's not working. Faz. Faz, Football Association of Zambia.
To me, there's only one problem here: the coach. We hired the wrong coach, who is very old-fashioned. I don't think he even knows what Chat GTP is. Technology is way too advanced for him. I don't think he updates himself well in terms of strategies and what everybody's doing around the world. He's old. He's supposed to be. He's a great-great-grandfather now. I think he's approaching his 80s. So we need really to hire a younger coach who is up to date with things going on in the coaching cycles. So the coach is a problem. And now to fire him before the contract ends, that's very, very expensive for us, because it will be like we fire this guy, we'll have to pay the rest of his contract and also pay the new coach another 35,000, whatever they're calling that, 35,000 a month or something they're paying him or whatever. So we need to just let him go when the contract ends. But the stopping of funding to a FAS by the government is very risky. They should be very careful. FIFA has fired warning shots to the government. They have told them, I'm sorry, someone is doing renovations in my neighborhood here. So they have fired warning shots to say, be careful, we might be suspended for that. Because it's an agreement that we are entered with FIFA that will continue funding our footballing thing. But for us to say, no, because we are losing, we're going to stop the funding, we risk being suspended by FIFA. So they should take it. I hope it's not very serious. I hope it's just a threatening thing. They haven't effected it. But FIFA will not allow that. FIFA will not allow our government to stop funding FAS because of poor performance. So we have to be very careful about it. We'll be banned from competing in international tournaments.
It's only the senior team, dog. Nobody cares about the senior men's team. All we care about is the Barbara Banders of this world that are putting Zambia on the map. The Chandas, Kundananjis, those are the players we're interested in. These others are let down. The men's team, oh my goodness. Nobody cares. Shall we move on?
No. Oscar Mwanza, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I agree with the dog. The coach, for me, I think coach is the problem. But again, this is self-inflicted pain. When the coach came, and even one of the 2012 players refreshed us on that one as well. I think it was yesterday. This coach said qualifying Zambia to the World Cup was not the target. That was a red flag. Okay, that was a red flag. Like Chamanga says, the coach could have just said, "My target to improve from the past performances or whatever," without even referring to the World Cup, because you can still target the World Cup but still fail to qualify to the World Cup. But at the end of the day, people can see you fail to qualify maybe on goal difference. You fail to qualify maybe on points between the qualifying group leader in that group or not. Not where Zambia is. And I think this World Cup is, if you look historically, going way in the time of the Kaundas, what Zambia almost made it, almost made it, almost made it. This one we are way far, like even if we won all the remaining games, we're not even gonna come close to the group. I think we're in Group E. This is disaster. This coach has to go. For me, like Dr. Lusanso says, yeah, FIFA is always very sensitive to these issues. But I think they could have, instead of talking about funding, they could have fired the coach. Let's look at the cost of firing the coach or the price of firing the coach versus early before the contract versus bringing in a caretaker coach. Because we are still spending money on a useless guy. On a useless guy.
Okay. Well,
can I chime in on that? Can I chime in? Can I chime in on that one just a little bit? So, who even structured that contract that they had? Because now the modern football now it's about when you structure a contract, it's about performance. But whoever structured this, contract with us with that old guy, as they call him, the bird man. I mean, in his contract, we're even saying we're keeping him for how many years? 5 years, whether we lose or not, or whether we qualify to the World Cup or not. If we fire him, there'll be a colossal amount of money that we have to pay him, which Zambia right now don't have. We are still paying the other guy. What's his name? Zelensky, whatever his name is. Because he took us to FIFA, and we are paying millions of dollars. So if we fire this guy, I know we are in a catch-22 situation. We're gonna have to pay him.
Madam Kalida, this is not the first coach Zambia will fire. Coaches have been fired before. Actually, better performing coaches have been fired. Not this guy. This guy has to go. Let's pay the thing. Let's pay whatever the for breaching the contract. I think it's better. It's a better risk than the funding, because funding, that's why FIFA is more sensitive. But in firing the coach, coaches get fired everywhere every day. You don't perform me out.
Is Faz going to pay him $5 million? Is he going to pay $5 million?
Faz doesn't even have money. Faz is dependent on the government.
FIFA will not fine us for firing a coach.
No,
they are fining us for stopping to fund Faz.
Fund, yes.
That's the fee we're gonna have.
Yes,
not for firing him. We can fire him anytime.
So on that one where the government is saying, can we stop funding our national team? And to me, I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, fine. Why Why does the national team need funding? Because the national team has the whole country behind it. It can easily make money and fund itself. Seriously, if we had real proper people in FAS.
The money goes to the government. All the gate takings go to the government.
No, I don't think so.
Apart from government, Mr. Chanda, this is where corporate social responsibility we're talking about. There are a lot of companies, even here. Some of these elite, whether it's hockey or football, is they're private owned, or some of the money comes from corporate sponsorship, the Nikes, the what. So in addition to that, actually the old coach, the one who won us 2012, part of the salary was being paid, or it was Mopani Mine, I think, was contributing towards his salary. So the funding, what was that, whether you are making money or not, at the end of the day, there's less risk firing the coach than stopping funding.
Look, you're putting it in the right way. Like here in the diaspora, you find most, if there's a sporting event or a sporting company, or if there's a sport, you'll find all these big conglomerates that will fund that company or that sport. In Zambia, and here we got so many sports. Go Zambia twakwata fe chimo chotwatemwa ni ball. You can imagine all these corporate organizations out there. Ngawatsa fe organize it themselves. They say, okay, fine. This month in Imwevo, this month. You can imagine, like UEFA, oh, Hennessy is sponsoring this year's UEFA. Zambia national soccer team is being sponsored this year by Trade Kings, for example. Okay? We don't need to go to government to say. There are companies that they can do these things. My other thing is this. Iria Shirabu coach, I think me, I've always said it. Can we look within? Now to Kwatawene Christopher Katongo. Okay? We have Karusha Walia. We've got all these other individuals here.
But Karusha Walia, you ran him out of FAS, didn't you? You ran him out.
They did. They blocked him. They ran him out, and all kinds of things.
So what we're saying is this: FAS device reconstructive as now it becomes a business, not as an NGO. Because at this point, FAS is more like an NGO. Okay, it needs to be a business. Football is a business, Mwebantu. Kavieni South America. See how people are doing business there in South America. Go and learn. Too many Abantu. Go to Europe and see how people are doing business. Why is the European League the most watched football league in the world? Go and learn. Zambians, they want to watch, but you're not capitalizing on your Zambians. Nyama cameras ya marota mwakwa. Instead of ZNBC, ya kwata even a sports channel, ZNBC, ya kwata a sports channel with all the right equipment. You know, I mean.
But Mr. Chanda.
Can I just chime in for just a minute? Okay, go ahead, Mouse. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's just be honest with ourselves. When it comes, if you're that happens to clubs, even in Zambia. Okay, but when it comes to the national team, even here, the United States government funds our national team.
That's what I
You
wanted
know?
to say.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
So yeah, it's everywhere. It's not just Zambia. So that's what I wanted to add on this.
Yeah, but what
Even
percentage?
in Canada, the Canadian government
What
funds the
percentage? What
coaching.
percentage are they funding?
The 100%. 100%. That's just how it's structured everywhere in the world. But I think with a new guy who's coming, what's his name? He's a lawyer as well. Actually, it was
It's useless. Keith Wimber.
yes.
I thought his first task would be to fire the coach. And the guy is still there. So what did we remove Kamanga for?
I think with him, he's looking at that contract. So now he's going to be forced to react. And I mean that coach can't he be just for 1 second and just say, look, I felt. I mean today I was watching the English Premier League between who's that, Nottingham and Newcastle or some other Blooming or whatever. That coach.
Nottingham were playing close.
Yeah, that coach, the Nottingham, Nottingham Forest coach, he quit before 90 minutes because he has lost 8 games for Nottingham. Why can't the same guy do the same? Like, I have done everything, I can't do it. I mean,
he was fired in the middle of the game.
Yeah, but where is his Unani, the bad man? I don't even know his name. Why can't he just resign?
How much is it being paid? How much?
Well, I don't know. Maybe $80,000. That
$80,000?
Maybe, or 100,000, somewhere around there.
$100,000?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Is it a month or a year?
Monthly. That's his monthly fee.
$100,000?
Yes. You bring in foreigners, you pay them thousands, and when you have your local stars like Abena Oswald Mutaba, who else? Abena who can
Okay, here's the thing. In the Ramesho Muleri Piroyo, $80,000, 80 million, 80,000. That doesn't even sound right, really. Like, really? Aveda Cristo Katongo, they would even come there for free. For free. Okay? For free. People like Christopher Katong, you come there for free just to to make sure that the Zambian team is right. And if you come at expatriate coaches, it's long gone. We need to start looking within because about Zambia, they need somebody that they can relate to, somebody that they've been admiring for years and years. You can imagine,
Mr. Changa. His salary is $30,000 per month.
There you go.
Mama. So money.
So he's paid more than the Harvey was started him at 19, but I think by the time he won was close to around there too. But
I would rather $30,000.
You brought that money because that he was a former Chelsea whatever coach.
Zambian football is about relationship. Yeah? Can you imagine how my coach talk with pale? Iwe, pick up. That guy, that coach won't say that kind of language. Okay? If you bring around Kwatavina Christopher Katongo, okay, for Mupere ni 30, you're in a 30 year later day. Pere ni Christopher Katongo. Have a coach was Zambia. 10 to money in the next 5 years. Of where okay? Let's do an experiment.
And this is why we are stupid. Sorry for interjecting. We fired Mwape because he's a Zambia. Disgracefully, we kicked him out. Okay? Mwaleta Musungu, but Nomba Oku in the senior team, Nambato Musungu, even the lawyer Keith Mwemba has been fidgeting with it for now almost a year. You know, yeah, it was a Zambian coach not performing. He could have been let go a long time ago.
Tieni tupere indalama abantu what they deserve, because me what I believe in is it's all about motivation, because me I deal with people, and football is the same thing, because when you're on the pitch there, you're dealing with normal emotions, you're dealing with people and stuff like that.
Can I say something about what you're just saying? This thing of paying expatriates so much money and then you think your own deserve less. I don't know where it comes from as humans. We are don't just talk about Zambians. I'm here in Puerto Rico myself. I'm seeing it. I'm an expatriate here. I work with locals. They don't get nowhere near what I get. Imagine. So it's I don't know. We are so stupid as human beings, thinking that your own cannot deliver, and only a foreigner can deliver better than your own people.
Dog, this is a carry.
It's coming from.
It's coming from a carry. It's coming from a carryover of colonization. I think we really need to reassess how we deal with ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Because we have this Muzungu and Konde.
Vakalinda, don't take me there. And please, I beg you, don't take me there.
I mean, that's a fact. Muzungu and Konde. That's where it's coming from.
Okay, don't take me there.
I leave it there.
Don't take me there. Because me, I'm an ancient historian. I deal with people who are up to now. They send me information what's happening in
But why do we do that? Why do we do that as humans?
Look,
it's not only Zambia. I'm telling you, I've seen it around the world. You go to work in Mexico right now, they will start paying you more than the Mexicans themselves. You go and work in Brazil, they will pay you more than Brazilians. Why? Why is it like that? It's just don't blame Africans. I'm telling you, it's worldwide. Everywhere you go.
Now let's flip it to this way. Let me tell you something. The experience that I have here in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Here in Canada, they don't respect you. You okay? It doesn't matter. Whatever degrees you have. Okay? Whatever degree you have to go and rewrite. Okay? You come here and say, "Oh, I've got a university of that." They have to scrutinize it. Once they scrutinize it, they'll say, "Okay, yeah, fine, but it lacks it, A, B, C, D," and then they'll tell you go and do these things so that you can be able to be in the employment sector. If we have Canada, the Canadians, they respect themselves, and what they've done is they've built a shield on how education system is done. Because Zambia, you can imagine. As far as the example I was given, like, look, Canadian,
third world countries.
Let me just give you a practical example. Narebomba kuli company kwaisa mwenye umo afumile ku India. Okay? Aside. Oh, this guy, is a brilliant in India, he's a big guy and stuff like that. If we, as guys, were there in the sales team, okay, fine, Tom we accepted him. Oh, no problem. You start working with him, show him the ropes. Yeah, no problem. We show him the ropes. But look at this. Volumes they were paying for him an apartment. Okay. And fiance, phone, shani, never with a personal car. So, who are Zambians with 20 or whatever, how many years, whatever. People were there before me. But it done, we've been here for years and years. Okay? In the church, vale ntumati ekabia kashitena nikani dog food ya yom guys white there. Okay? So we don't give ourselves Mozambique tatoa kwa taidi ya a standardized platform. Not tatwakwata still yakwati nganiwevo Zambian first tatwakwata tuwakwatera kwati muntu ngaisafe na chi degree chakutali. Hey, then everybody's going to be crying and say, oh, this is what we, even all these hiring companies, if they see a degree from abroad, that's the first degree they're going to put in their data system. Local degrees tababike, but it's opposite. They want here is the local people, but you know walisambili kuna kuile first choice mu Canadian, first choice Canadian, second choice Canadian, third choice foreign. Okay, ofo chap efo chap nomba yifwe to so mena fe fyonze foreign afe ngai safe. Hey, ni first choice, hey, ni first choice, hey, ni first choice. Akwata ma natampa kumusambisha njere wali kwatama degree nomba ndishinde kusambisha. Okay, why am I teaching you the job? Wali kwatama no degrees na company yako ipanenganda. These are the things that we need to correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I went off tangent.
No, you are right. You're 100% right. We have seen some of us when we came with the degrees from UK. When we were in UK, they were saying, "Oh yeah, we want you to go to Canada." When we arrived in Canada, if you change, no, you need to sit for these exams. You need to write the license. Yeah, it's true. It's frustrating sometimes. Very frustrating. But yeah, we should change that mentality. But Bakalinda said it right. In my view, I agree with her when she says it's a colonization type of thing we've grown up with, where we don't believe in ourselves and we just think that the foreigners are the ones that can deliver things. I think. Anyway,
Fantastic.
ndeyingira muntu anikane mu muchimunzi.
So, gentlemen, I think unless Oscar, you got something to say.
Who said never gentlemen in it? Never gentlemen, but what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my beautiful lady.
Gentlemen and lady.
Yes, that's a correct analogy. Okay, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, my beautiful lady. Let's wind up. And then, so we've tackled most of the issues. Are there issues that you feel like Kalinda you want to bring out?
Oh no! I think tomorrow I'll be live on Bantu, by the way, because I've been a little busy, so I haven't really tackled it.
Sure?
So I'll be live. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow at 2 o'clock for just an hour.
You have something special for us?
Oh yes, I've been talking to people behind the scenes. So yeah, so I'll be live tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and so come and have some fun while we sippy cup on a Sunday afternoon. I'll be so engaged. Arsenal play today, so I'll be live tomorrow. Bantu TV. I'll share the link sometime later.
I'll be there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun.
Mr. Oscar.
Chandagazia will be there too.
Of course. All right.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. It's been a wonderful, engaging time, and some of us are still slamming our day away at work. So I'll see you.
Saturday?
I work Saturday, every Saturday. I came here to make dollars, not to play around.
Okay.
So,
good for you.
Oscar, are you there?
Oscar is on and off.
On and off. Mr. Oscar, are you there? I think now we're coming to the end of the show. Thank you very, lady and gentlemen, for taking your time. It's been a fantastic topic, and we've tackled most of the issues, and obviously we'll come back next week and discuss more. Have a good
All
day.
right. Thank you
Shalom
very
and
much, Bachanda.
Thank
Shalom,
you.
shalom.
Thank you. Shalom, shalom. Au revoir. Au revoir.